Hey guys, on today's Disney Rewind, we're going to be talking about Lady and the Tramp, released back in 1955. Lady and the Tramp is about a spoiled and pampered Cocker Spaniel by the name of Lady. One day she manages to escape and she meets with this roguish street mutt named Tramp. And together they have adventures. Okay, so our overall impressions on Lady and the Tramp.
I feel like I say this every time, but Lady and the Tramp was the best film that we watched so far. But like by a mile.
Yeah.
Even though it only takes place in just a small little area, a lot of fun, interesting stuff happens, and it wasn't boring.
It was so adorable.
And it was cute.
It was adorable. I loved it. I loved the plot. I loved all the characters. The songs, I'm still having issues with a lot of these early Disney songs. They're just not my thing.
There wasn't really any songs anyway.
But yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like I say the same thing month after month. Like, oh, it's getting better and better. Sometimes that's not the case, but yeah, definitely my favorite so far. And I don't know, because I think Sleeping Beauty is next, so I'm very curious now. It's like, are we going to be like, oh my god, Sleeping Beauty? I don't think there was necessarily anything that I disliked about the movie. I guess, just like I said, the songs were just kind of But other than that, I really liked it. I liked the animation. So just to get into some quick questions, our favorite character. I feel like it's cheating if we say Lady and Tramp. So I think that's a given. I think liking Lady and Tramp is just a given. I loved them though, they were so cute. I didn't, because I was worried going into this movie, because I was like, oh god, this is going to be so boring, but I really liked both of their characters. I was worried Lady was going to get on my nerves, but she didn't. And then Tramp, I loved whoever the voice actor was. The voice actor was just great. He was like charming and charismatic. It's like if he was a dude, I would be in love with Tramp.
I think it would be, besides Tramp, it would be the Scotty dog.
I was going to say the same thing. What was his name? Jack? Jacques?
Yeah.
Jacques and Trusty? Yeah. If I couldn't pick Lady and Tramp, it would definitely be those two. They were great. You know what character I did not like was the evil aunt that came to stay with Lady to babysit her owner's baby. I hated her.
She just came in and decided, from the first minute she went in there, and she was like, I don't like you, you're a nasty dog, and you can get out. And it's like, that's not your dog, you nasty little hag.
I know. Oh, if I had known someone was treating my dog that way, oh, I would have kicked them out of the house. Best song.
Well, there really wasn't any good ones, but I guess the closest to the best song would be the We Are Siamese.
Why do you always pick the same things? I was gonna say the Siamese cat song too.
Well, that was pretty much the only song that there was.
I like their little dance too, because they would sit there and do their heads like come on, do it with me. They would sit there and move their heads in sync with each other, and then their tails would be doing little things in the background. Favorite scene?
Oh, I was kind of stuck because I like the scene at Tony's restaurant. Not when they get the spaghetti.
Oh, I was gonna say let's reenact it with them.
But not when they get the spaghetti, but just that whole part when he first shows up there and he's knocking at the door and they're like, oh hey, look who it is, and he brings out Lady and stuff, and that whole part was funny and cute and everything. But then also I like just the whole ending as a whole with when they see that rat go into the baby's room, and
that was so dramatic.
Yeah, it was a bit dramatic. Yeah, I like that whole scene of them seeing the rat go into the baby's room, and then Tramp getting taken away, and them running after Tramp.
And then her owners that was what was so dramatic. Her owners coming back home, and then they were like, oh my god, a rat! My favorite scene, it's actually the very first scene in the movie, and the movie opens up at Christmas. what was her name? Darling? I guess that was her name, Darling. She opened up a package, and inside was baby Lady, which was so freaking adorable. And so we see Lady's first night, and they put her like in the pantry or the kitchen, and they try to get her to stay in her little bed, but she doesn't want to stay there, and she just wants to go sleep in the bed. And so that whole opening was so adorable, with her trying to manipulate and get her way to that bed, which is where she stays for I guess, you know, the next 6 months. Best line. I don't really have a best line in particular, but I do have just a favorite kind of series of conversation. Lady doesn't understand what's going on with her owners. They're acting strange. Us, as the viewer, we realize that her owners are about to have a baby. And so Jacques and Trusty, they're trying to comfort Lady, and Lady just doesn't understand anything. She's just really naive and innocent. And so Jacques says something like, oh, every now and then humans, they do this or whatever, and something about the birds and the bees, and then Lady's still just like, what? The two older dogs were trying to tell Lady about babies and whatnot. Oh, that's what Trusty said. He said something about, you know, the stork. And poor Lady was still just in there going, what? So yeah, I can't remember the whole conversation word for word, but just that conversation in particular I really liked, when they were trying to explain to Lady about human babies.
I didn't really have a favorite line.
So now is the part of the video where I give you a book recommendation. If you like Lady and the Tramp, you may like Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Go with me. This might be a bit of a weird choice. It makes sense in my head. Pride and Prejudice is about Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, and their crazy romance that doesn't even become a romance really until the end. And the whole book is really just a kind of commentary on social politics, class politics, and the like. How I'm kind of drawing this to Lady and the Tramp is a lot to do with kind of the romance aspect that like Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth have, and kind of that weird romance between Lady and Tramp, and the fact that they're total opposites, much like Lady and Tramp in this. And then also I think there's a lot, even in Lady and the Tramp, kind of social class politics in a sense, if you kind of want to dig deep into that. The fact that Lady is a spoiled, pampered dog that gets to stay at home on the bed, and then Tramp is just a mischievous little rascal who lives out on the streets. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm drawing Lady and the Tramp to Pride and Prejudice. So overall conclusions on Lady and the Tramp. Just a final thing I wanted to mention, there's just this whole sad part at the pound shelter or whatever. Oh my god, that was so... It made me so miserable.
Taken to the back door.
Yeah, this poor dog got taken away to, I guess, be put to sleep. Oh, gee, that was sad. And the whole thing looked like, you know those Sarah McLachlan commercials about, like, for... you know, spend a dime a day to help... Yeah, it's just to spend a dime a day to help some animals or something. That's what this whole part at the animal shelter looked like. It looked like one of those pitiful, sad Sarah McLachlan commercials. Oh, the movie got dark. I was like, oh, because I was laughing the whole time. The movie was incredibly funny somehow. Then it just took a dark turn at that animal shelter. So anyway... if we had to rate Lady and the Tramp on a score of 1 to 10 Mickey ears, what would you give it?
I personally enjoyed it above all other films, and like I said, in Peter Pan, there's some movies that are coming up that I don't like. Probably Sleeping Beauty. And so, I personally am giving Lady and the Tramp an 8.
An 8? Oh, I don't think I'm not going to go up to an 8. I have been holding out on giving 7s.
We know you have.
I've been holding out on giving 7s. I am finally going to release a 7. I liked Lady and the Tramp enough to give it a 7. I'm not going up to an 8 yet. You're crazy. But yes, a 7 rating Mickey ear for Lady and the Tramp for me. So, overall, we love this movie. Sweet, adorable, great plot, great characters. I'm just happy that I liked it so much, because as a child, I just don't remember liking Lady and the Tramp that much. So that's it for this Disney Rewind. We hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you liked this Disney Rewind, you may like these other Disney Rewinds. Bye, guys!